and welcome to Lagos Update on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. This program highlights the activities of the Lagos State Governor and other state events. I'm Adeola Akindele. In the highlights of the program today, Governor Sanwo-Olu reduces transport fare by 50%, rolls out palliatives for vulnerable residents. This and more after this time out. We'll begin today with this story. To cushion the effects of the current economic situation in the state, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu on Monday announced a 50% reduction in the transportation fare of all buses controlled by the Lagos Area Metropolitan Transport Authority, LAMATA, from Wednesday, 2nd August. While speaking with Governor's Office correspondents after an extensive Security Council meeting at the Lagos House, Ikeja, Governor Sanwo-Olu also hinted that stakeholders in the informal transportation sector will also make pronouncements on reduction of transport fare by 25% to support government in its efforts to bring relief to residents. Governor Sanwo-Olu also said more buses will be deployed to convey civil servants from their various offices to their residents, while the remaining will be added to the fleet of public transportation to aid the movement of residents. As part of immediate intervention, the governor said discussion has been concluded with stakeholders to make foodstuffs like rice, beans, garri available to the vulnerable through civil society organizations, community development associations, CDCs, local government areas, traditional and religious leaders, among others.
Say that for us as a government, we will continue to be proactive. We will continue to make the state work for all of its citizens, and we'll continue to encourage our citizens to be law-abiding, to go about their normal businesses, and to also advise our colleagues in the private sector to also take similar, interventions, anything that they can do to support their working staff so that current effects, and economic decisions will overcome it very, very quickly, and the intentions of the federal government positively will be felt by everyone.
He pledged his administration's commitment to make the state safe for all and encourage citizens to be law-abiding. On his part, the Commissioner of Police in Lagos State, Idowu Ohunwa, hinted that the police has introduced Operation Flush to tackle rising cases of traffic robbery, cultism, and vandalism.
This spike actually informed the launch of a special operation codenamed Operation Flush. So I briefed the council on the progress made, which as of today stands on the arrest of not less than 260 suspects, recovery of firearms, illicit drugs, and those arrested are currently being screened, being investigated.
Governor Sanwo-Olu promised that the state government would support security agencies in the state with equipment and logistics to effectively discharge their duties. On Tuesday, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu visited the scene of a helicopter crash on Oba Akran Road, Ikeja, for on-the-spot assessment. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who arrived at the scene on his way from the Murtala Mohammed Airport, said the injured are receiving treatment at the hospital, while investigations will be carried out by the Accident Investigation Bureau of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority. The governor commended the efforts of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, and other emergency responders who relentlessly cleared the road of debris, and as well two individuals, Oluwafemi and Okpeyemi, Anifowoshe residents, and others who supported the rescue efforts.
The two passengers on board have been rescued safely. They are currently at an hospital and they are receiving treatment as we speak. We do not know the cause of the helicopter crash. That will be done by experts. That will be done by AIB, which are the investigative bureau. But we're thankful that we got a very quick response.
According to reports, the accident occurred while the helicopter was on a training exercise. The impact of the crash resulted into an inferno which was swiftly put out, and the crew members were rescued alive with varying degree of injuries. Also, during the week, wife of the Lagos State Governor, Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, emphasized the need for mothers to embrace exclusive breastfeeding of their babies, highlighting its positive effect on maternal, newborn, and child health nutrition. She also called on relevant stakeholders to support working mothers in achieving this aim. Mrs. Sanwo-Olu stated this during an advocacy walk in commemoration of the World Breastfeeding Week from Mercy Street Children's Hospital, Lagos Island, to Itafaji Market, advising mothers to breastfeed their babies exclusively for at least 6 months after delivery, as this will reduce morbidity, strengthen the immune system, and protect the baby against serious diseases. She described the theme for this year's celebration, Enable Breastfeeding, making a difference for working parents, as apt and timely as statistics by the World Health Organization revealed that more than 500 million working women are not given essential maternity protections in national laws, and just 20% of countries require employers to provide employees with paid breaks and facilities for breastfeeding or expressing milk. According to Mrs. Sanwo-Olu, the statistics also highlighted that fewer than half of infants under 6 months of age are exclusively breastfed. This she described as worrisome, hence the urgent intervention towards supporting nursing mothers and providing opportunities for them to have access to a minimum of 18 weeks of maternity leave, or preferably extending beyond 6 months for both private and public institutions across the state. Mrs. Sanwo-Olu noted that breastfed babies are healthier and have lower disease and death rates. The Lagos State Ministry of Youth and Social Development has concluded plans to celebrate the year 2023 International Youth Day with a week-long set of activities. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Youth and Social Development, Toyin Okeoson-Itolu, said the activities have been put in place to celebrate youths in the state, as the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has attached great importance to issues that concern youths. According to her, the 6 days program to mark the year 2023 International Youth Day with the theme Green Skills for Youth Towards a Sustainable World will commence on Monday, 7th August, with a business amplifier clinic. Other activities outlined for the celebration include awareness walk, environmental cleanup, business fair, exhibition for young entrepreneurs. The grand finale seminar will be held on Saturday, 12th August. According to the Permanent Secretary, over 10 million youths in the state will be given more opportunities and resources to maximize their skills and potential as provided for in the Themes Plus agenda, with the addition of youth engagement and social inclusion. Finally, on the program today, on Wednesday, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu assured the labor unions of his administration's commitment to be workers-friendly. Sanwo-Olu was represented by his deputy, Obafemi Hamzat, while advising the labor unions, which included the chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC Lagos Chapter, Trade Union Congress, TUC, and other affiliated unions, including the civil society, said that a better Nigeria, which is a collective desire of the citizenry, is achievable. He spoke after receiving the letter of request presented by the union leaders during a demonstration held at the gate of the Lagos State House of Assembly complex, in line with the protest called by the labor bodies across the country against subsidy removal. The governor also thanked the unions for holding a peaceful protest, which is fundamental to democracy. Earlier in her address, the state chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Fumi Sheshi, said workers need the government's immediate intervention, as many can no longer feed themselves and their families due to the effects of the fuel subsidy removal and other policies of the government. She noted that Lagos is a fast-rising city in the country, and as such, the lives of Lagos workers should reflect such, saying the government should hasten up the salary restructuring as a 30,000 minimum wage can no longer take care of their needs. She called on the Lagos state government to give 30,000 monthly subsidy palliative for the next 6 months to cushion the effects of the full subsidy removal. She also requested that the government should provide vehicles to its parastatals and agencies to convey civil servants to and from their offices. And with that story, we conclude this week's edition of Lagos Update, a program that highlights the activities of the Lagos State Governor and other state events. You can follow us on our various social media platforms: Twitter, Lagos Traffic 961, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe and watch us live on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. You can as well follow me on Twitter at Adiola Akindele1 and Threads at Adiola Akindele. Thanks to my producer, Babatunde Akinyemi, and studio engineer, Oyeshola Ola, with support from the social media team. The executive producer is Tayo Akunle. I am Adiola Akindele. Next week is another date. Stay blessed and stay safe.